2 years since I was last on Italian soil. There's a mythology we build around places like this. In the American mind, Italy becomes a dream, a mix of memory and longing. But then you're back and it's just life again. Leisurely cafe stops, the sounds of footsteps and conversations around corners and through doorways. Altars in narrow streets remind you that God exists here. Strangers caught in beams of light on cobblestone. We walked around for most of the morning and checked into the Airbnb. Darren crashed out for a bit and I decided to take a solo walk and see what I could see. Although I had already been in Croatia, Montenegro, and Albania, it felt as though my trip was just starting. Completely naked, 2 fans on me. I swear this place had air conditioning when I booked it. The couch ended up being a brisk 30 degrees instead of 33, so I did not return to the lofted bed. We ate focaccia and walked around the crowded streets of the old city. Darren would be heading back to his family in Montenegro the next morning. We decided we needed a dose of culture, so we wandered into a church. The Cathedral di San Sabino stands in the heart of Bari's old town, its pale Romanesque facade glowing softly in the southern light. Inside, the space opens in cool stone and shadow, summer light drifting across the walls. A great painting of the Assumption rises above the pews, a burst of color and devotion in the stillness. Below, a fragment of medieval fresco lingers on the crypt walls. A maze of golden low arches that seem to hum with centuries of prayer shelters the relics of San Sabinus. And farther down still, the mosaic floor glints in the dim light as an ancient baptismal basin gathers quiet groundwater. At some point in Montenegro, I had gotten an email about a pretty significant shoot for The Hollywood Reporter. I was torn, go back early or stay on the road. I found out on my second day in Bari that the shoot had been pushed to a later date. I was elated. I realized how much had been clouding my mind and affecting my mood. I thought I might die of jet lag. It happened less than 24 hours from when I got back. It was a cover shoot with Monica Lewinsky and Amanda Knox. I had thought about popping in for 24 hours, completing the shoot and heading back, but thank God the decision was made for me. Being freed from the shackles of indecisiveness, Darren and I headed off to what would be his final dinner in Italy. Then we kicked back and watched rival gangs of Italian girls go at each other. A perfect cap on his trip to Bari. All right, first day on my own since Dubrovnik. It's been like a week and change of kind of friends and family time. So it's my last day in Bari. Gonna head out today, try and shoot as much as I can. Tomorrow I'll be leaving and going to the very southern tip of Puglia. And yeah, it's time to get out and make some work. Naturally, my first stop was the waterfront. City beaches have such an unusual energy to them. They're more utilitarian, a necessity from the burning hot streets. I will admit I seemed rusty. After more than a week with company, I needed to get my footing back again. I kind of have two modes when I'm out shooting: exploring, moving, camera against my chest, finger on the trigger, ready to fire, or I slow down. I find a spot that feels right. Maybe it's the light, the geometry, or it's just the energy of the place, and I wait. Sometimes a half hour, 45 minutes. I just sit there and let pictures come to me. I like this shaft of backlight that people were walking through, the facade of the buildings in the background with the tower protruding above. The rack of bags and shirts adding a pop of color, all the white stone contributing as natural fill. Maybe I'll try standing. Maybe a higher angle looks better. Not really seeing it yet. Maybe closer and wider is better. You make predictions. Looks like it's going my way. Let's see. Look at that scowl, licking on a lollipop, wind in the hair, dad's arm as a seatbelt. That's pretty fucking great. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, time to get out of here. Let's go see what else Bari has to offer. I remember thinking about hitting the shutter, and then I just didn't. I don't know. Sometimes you don't. I thought I'd turn around and see if she was still there, but what do you know? Coming right up to me. I love how you can just stumble upon 100-year-old ruins in the middle of an Italian city. The closest thing we have in Los Angeles would be an overgrown lot or some derelict office building. What I had happened upon was the Church of Santa Maria del Buon Consiglio. Built around the 10th century during the Byzantine era, it once marked a moment of peace between warring factions in the city. Today, only fragments remain. Stone columns, bits of mosaic floor, layered with traces of ancient Bari beneath your feet. It still feels sacred. I was here earlier. Always here, every year. Now there's a future just hanging out. All right, Let's relive this moment together. I'm headed back to the apartment. I feel like my day is probably over. I walk past the courtyard. There's an old woman in a doorway, kids playing, locals just hanging out. I feel like maybe there's a picture there, but also maybe it's something I've seen 1,000 times before, so I don't take it. I keep walking. Then that voice starts up. Why didn't you just take it? I stop, I turn around, start to backtrack. She's still there. Maybe I'm tired, maybe I'm hungry, but now I'm spiraling, replaying it. I hover by a railing, pretending I'm deciding about something else. Old woman in a chair, seen it 1,000 times, but I can't let it go. I decide to walk into the courtyard and investigate. And nope, the space feels too personal, too local. My own insecurities in the moment are making me feel like I'm spotlit. I never want to objectify anyone. I'm very aware of being an outsider in these cities, a spectator. And cue la polizia, like some mental projection of guilt for some crime that I'm not committing. I am fully diving into my head now, berating, whistling like everything's great, but making myself miserable. Let's take a shot of this building. Everything is just great.
Oh, fuck that picture. That's so annoying.
But it's eating at me, telling myself I'm shit, like I'm an imposter, letting it ruin my entire day. I see a side corridor. Maybe it loops back to the courtyard. I start reciting, "Can I take your portrait?" but in Spanish for some reason. Puedo tomar un retrato? I don't know what's happening to me in these situations. The picture meant nothing. It wasn't going to be a win for the medium of photography, but I can't let it go. And sure enough, the corridor is leading me back, and I can feel the pressure emerging again. If I get back there, am I going to take the picture or am I going to choke again? She's right around the corner. Shut up, kids. Jesus Christ, I'm having a meltdown. I lift the camera and set it on high-speed shutter, and instant regret. I feel even worse. I hate that. Spray and pray. None of it feels right. I'm not even going to show you the picture that I took. I sit for a minute, kind of hollow. I let the whole thing get way too loud in my head. It's one picture I didn't take. Somehow it starts to overshadow everything I did. I think that's my day. I should be enjoying myself, and I've drifted into my own personal black hole, getting shredded to bits. There's not another moment on this trip that happens to me, but it's happened on trips before. Once I release whatever I'm fixated on, I can pull myself out and the pressure disappears. But it's like I have to go through this internal emotional plummet to stabilize again. I wish I had someone to have dinner with, some distraction from myself. It's usually at dusk when I start to feel a bit lonely. Families and couples are out having dinner and drinking. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves, and I feel like a smoldering piece of wood after a raging fire. Maybe that's a bit dramatic. I am a quarter Italian, so. One more shot, 'cause why not? It got a little dark there for a second, but that's part of it. I was fighting something in that moment and I got through it. I'm here, I'm present, I'm feeling, I'm experiencing life. I needed an easy dinner, just pizza outside with people around. I found Pizzeria Princess and it was perfect. Please go to Pizzeria Princess if you're in Bari. It's wonderful. And I'm gonna leave you right here. I'm gonna have my pizza. I'm very excited for the next leg of my trip. I'm ready to move again. Till next time.
Il mondo pian piano spariva lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me.